How's it going, everyone? Mega Masher is back with a video that this time features Malamar. And I just gotta say, Malamar is one of the most interesting and unusual Pokemon that there is. Not only because of its unique typing of Dark and Psychic being a first-time type combination, but also it is the only Pokemon so far in which it has Contrary that is not a hidden ability. I think that's pretty epic. But anyways, with that being said, let's get right into this video by analyzing this squid monster. So here it is, Malamar. The typing that it gets is Dark and Psychic, and as I said before, it is unique because of the fact that it is a first-time type combination. So with this typing, you don't have any resistances, and you're immune to Psychic. And that's it. However, you have a 4 times weakness to Bug and a 2 times weakness to Fairy. So you definitely got to watch out and make sure that you're not U-turn bait. Otherwise, you're done. So as for its abilities, the first one it gets is Suction Cups. And what Suction Cups does is it prevents you from being phased out by any moves, such as Roar, Whirlwind, Dragon Tail, and Circle Throw. And I believe that's it. The next ability that it gets is Contrary, and Contrary is a very awesome ability because of the fact that this guy gets Superpower, and what Superpower does is it normally lowers your attack and defense by 1 stage, but surprise, surprise, with the Contrary, you basically get a free bulk up while causing massive amount of damage. So that is awesome. And as for its hidden ability is known as Infiltrator. And Infiltrator in its own right is also pretty cool because of the fact that you bypass the effects of Light Screen, Reflect, and Substitute. That means you can cause damage regardless of those obstacles being up. That means all those Substitute users, guess what? It doesn't matter because it's going to hit right through the Substitute and cause damage. It'll be as if the Substitute didn't even exist. So I have a set idea that involves the use of Contrary and the use of Infiltrator. Unfortunately, Suction Cups just is not going to cut it in this situation. As for the stats, so let's take a look here. We have 86 HP, 92 attack, 88 defense, 68 on the special attack, 75 on the special defense, and 73 in the speed. So all in all, we're looking at some pretty decent stats across the board. Its special attack is a little bit low. Its speed, not that great. Its special defense, it isn't bad, but you definitely don't want to take too many special hits, otherwise you will go down. But the attack and the defense, those two stats are actually really awesome, and we're going to be taking full advantage of its stat distribution and the way that it can make its stats, its move pool, and just its all-around badassery work out in battle. So with that being said, let's look at the first set. So the first set that we have here is going to make full use of the Contrary ability and the fact that Malamar can be quite the annoying Choice Scarf user in more ways than one. So this is how it's done. The item for choice obviously is going to be Choice Scarf, and Choice Scarf boosts your speed by 50% while locking you into one move. As for the ability, we're going to be going with Contrary, and what Contrary does in this situation is it turns those stat drops into stat boosts. So if you happen to use Superpower, you don't have to worry about dropping your attack and defense by 1 stage because those get flipped into boosts. You get a boost in your attack and defense every time you use Superpower. And not only that, but say if you switch into Sticky Web, rather than dropping your speed by 1 stage, you get a speed increase by 1 stage. That is awesome. And that basically turns entry hazards like that into an advantage. And that goes for any move that would potentially drop any stats. Those get flipped into boosts. So that's something else that's really unique about this Pokemon. As for the EV spread, 252 is going to go into attack, 4 into special defense, and 252 into speed. And we're going to be going with a Jolly Nature to further boost your speed. The first move that we have here, Switcheroo. Switcheroo is another version of Trick where it allows for you to swap held items with your opponent. And this is what makes Malamar really annoying, because if you happen to go up against a wall or something that has next to no attacks and basically has the supportive role of their team, guess what? Now they're crippled because of the fact that they're locked into one move thanks to the Switcheroo Choice Scarf. That's pretty awesome. The next move that we have, Knockoff. Knockoff is a move that Malamar gets in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and this also checks utility pretty well because of the fact that it knocks off the opponent's held item, therefore rendering it useless. And that right there is just even more shenanigans. The next move that we have is Psycho Cut. Psycho Cut is a base 70 physical psychic type move, and it has a high critical hit ratio, which can make a difference, but I personally wish that I got Zen Headbutt because of that 20% chance to flinch, which can come quite in handy when you're in a pinch. As for the last move, Superpower. Superpower is the entire reason why we're using Contrary. Well, actually, not quite the entire reason, but it's a big reason. Because, like I said before, not only does it allow for you to boost your attack and defense by one stage, but it's also a base 120 fighting type move, which means that with dark, psychic, and fighting type moves, you have insane coverage. I believe you actually have unresisted coverage, because there's not one thing that can switch in without either taking a neutral or a super effective hit. So that's basically all I have to say about this set. The set is pretty freaking sweet. So the next set that I have for you here is going to make Malamar a very bulky setup sweeper on the special side, and this is how it's done. So the item for choice for Malamar, you can either go with Chesto Berry or Leftovers, and I'll explain those two in a little bit. Now, as for the ability, we're going to be going with Infiltrator, and as I said before, Infiltrator allows for you to bypass the effects of Light Screen, Reflect, and Substitute. So that's pretty awesome. As for the EV spread, 252 is going to go into HP, 252 into defense, and 4 into speed, and we're going with the bold nature to further boost your physical defense. The first move that we have, Calm Mind. Calm Mind allows for you to boost your special attack and special defense by one stage. Rest allows for you to restore your HP and cure yourself of any status ailments, however you are asleep for 2 turns. And that's where Chesto Berry comes into play. You can use that to automatically wake up after you use rest, therefore you basically have free health regain and curing of any statuses for that turn. The next move that we have, Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse is a great move for Malamar because not only does it have no immunities against it, but it also has that really nifty 20% chance to flinch. The next move that we have, you can use Flamethrower if you're going to be using the Resto Chesto set. However, if you want to go with Sleep Talk, I would recommend using Leftovers. If you want to be a mono setup sweeper, then Rest, Sleep Talk, Calm Mind, and Dark Pulse with Leftovers is quite the formidable set, and it would be very difficult to take down. However, should you opt out Flamethrower, you lose out on pretty special type coverage. So just keep that in mind. Um, that's basically all I have to say about this set. It's pretty basic. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short video on how to use Malamar. Unfortunately, Malamar doesn't have many ways of being used in battle, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad Pokemon. Do not underestimate it by any means necessary. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. If you enjoy videos like the one that you just saw, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments section down below on what you would like to see in future uploads and how I can improve my content and my channel as a whole. Also, be sure to check out Poketown on Facebook. I will leave a link in the description down below. That's it for this upload. I shall see you guys next time.